might not be very smooth because of the bad internet. I They keep promising us good internet, but still, even I have paid this data, I don't get it. If I finished it, I have to buy again. But why do I have to get to suffer slow internet because of the stupid smart? Really, this data I bought. Usually it should finish for 1 month, but because I'm watching this Chinese drama series, I finished it earlier, so I have to buy another one. Then why do I have to suffer this Wi-Fi slowness because of I don't know, stupid smart connection? Anyway, so I'm going live today because I just want to share my childhood memories. And as I grow older, I also want to um, it's like my diary, I guess. Anyway, um, maybe one day you just watch YouTube all day, or anyway. So, one of the memories that I remember when I was a child is that my sister keeps seeing this big cat. I I never see it, and she kept pointing to me when we sleep together, and our window is open for the fresh air. So she would keep pointing on the window that there's a big cat. This Egyptian. The description of the cat is that it's so big and tall and has a big head and a slender body. And then when I grow up, because the memories keep on popping in my brain that I think it like maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks she keeps seeing this cat and she keep pointing to me, but I can see it. Maybe it's her imagination, but I never seen that. I keep pointing, but I cannot see the cat. So from her description, I researched and I found out this an Egyptian ancient cat. Anyway, so after maybe 3 weeks or a month, the cat she just stopped. She stopped pointing and she never see the cat again. So I wonder what happened to the. Maybe it's just her imagination. I don't know, but I seen the cat that for the first time in my life. I was in my 20s. I saw the cat for the first time. It is not my dream. It just appeared in front of me. I was working in a foreign country at the time, and then it only appeared once. And then I thought I was dreaming, but I was wide awake and just look at it, and then it just disappeared, and I never see it again until now. Then another earliest memory that I have is that during my time the electricity is so bad. The power. We always get blackouts, especially in the afternoon, like 7 or 8 o'clock. So that's why we always have dinner at 6. We have early dinner because the electricity will there will be no electricity after 7 or 8. So, but we cannot. We don't sleep earlier than 9 at that time. So that but my parents they use this time to play with us hide and seek. So it's so fun. I remember I always look forward for the blackout or brownout in my country. We say it because of that. So the memories I remember is that I never been afraid of the dark because of the memories that my parents planted in my brain that it's fun to play in the dark, hide and seek. So we hide all the kids, all the children, and then my parents one by one search for us and then put us all together. And then when they find all of us, then they will hide and then we will look for them. It's really fun. So maybe that because of that good memories, I never been afraid of the dark. And then there's another memories that I remember that I jump because we live in near to the beach Oh, I remember the beach is white sand, and our house is near to the beach. If during the high tide, it's almost reach our house. So we have this white sand. I used to jump in the window because our house is not there. It's just one story. So jump in the sand and then play with my friends if my parents, because my parents always I don't know what we grow taller more if we take a nap, but I think it's a culture thing that we inherited from the Spanish people as they conquered the country as so we are colonies. We are Spanish colonies before. So they introduced this siesta time. So they force us to take a nap after some time in the afternoon, like between 2 to 3 or p.m. or 4 or after lunch. So I don't like taking a nap, but if I don't take a nap, I will be punished. So I pretend to take a nap, and I just close my eyes, and then I have this. We have a cotton pillow, and some this cotton pillow. There's a seed remain on it. So what I did is I searched the seeds in the pillow, and then I just I think it gives comfort touching these seeds, looking for it until I fell asleep. If I cannot fall asleep, what I did is that I watch over my parents when they think that we're asleep, and I jump in the window and play with my friends. Anyway, that's another way of escaping for the nap. If I cannot sleep, playing with the looking for the cotton seed from my pillow. And another childhood memories that I have that I cannot forget. I have this child memories of watching water from a big ship. I think my mother ran away from my father, but I just heard that like that she brought me to Manila and by taking a ship. So, but I don't have the fully memories of that. Just a little glimpse of that memory. And then I remember another memories. Oh, it's not. I don't know if it's a memory or a dream. But I keep dreaming about this house surrounded by trees, and this house has so many doll collections, lots of doll collections actually, and I keep dreaming that, and I don't know if it's a part of a childhood memories or it's just a dream. Yeah, as I grow older, I I didn't I didn't I didn't stop dreaming about it. So there's another dream that keep recurring when I was a young child. Is that this big house, that very big house. It's like a hotel or a castle that it has at the back of the house. There's uh, a door that you can go down. If there's a low tide, you can go down, and you can go down to the sand. If it's high tide, you can take a small boat and then go boating or paddle your boat around it. So I keep dreaming that I we escape from that door at the back door of the big house. It's just a dream. I don't know why I keep dreaming that when I was a kid. That's this kind of two dreams. It's very distinctive because I keep dreaming them again and again. Yeah, I don't know what's the reason for it, but when I grow up, um, I think I stopped dreaming about frequently when I was in my 20s. Then I stopped dreaming it more frequent before. When I was in my teens, it's more frequent. But when I went to my 20, it became less frequent. Oh, another memories that that's the reason maybe I was not happy seeing dead bodies. Said when I was a child, I witnessed I don't know if it's a murder or a suicide. So we live near to the beach. And I like going to the beach if it's in low tide. If it's in high tide, I just watch it from my home. So when low tide, it's very far. So one day I was in the beach and there are people around it. Mm. And there's a dead body of a man. He's bloated. And then the police came and take the bodies. I was just looking at it, but I think I'm not really frightened, but it's the bloated look of a dead man is not a that's not a good sight. So maybe that's the reason I don't like attending funerals because of the looking at the dead bodies. So if I can avoid attending funerals, I don't go. That's the main reason because of that dead body that I saw when I was a child. I'm not happy or I am not really frightened or afraid, but I'm not just comfortable looking at the dead bodies. And then what else I can remember? So these are memories that are really implanted in my mind that until now I keep thinking about it. So there's also and there's another one. So I like really took a nap in the afternoon. My parents forced me, so I like sleeping near to the window. I don't know why, but I like watching far. The view the view from my window is a not the beach part. Some actually it's the neighbor. But there's a big distance, and I remember there's a palm tree and a boat parked in my window near the view from my window. So I don't know. I saw this a thing. It's not even a human or an animal. I remember it's just as maybe a 1 or 2 feet feet thing that looks green and maybe it's just my imagination. But I only saw it one time. I was looking at it and then it's just disappeared in front of my eyes. Maybe it's just my imagination, but it leaves it leaves memories that I can never forget. The look is not very clear anymore, but the shape is I still there. So, but there's only one time I saw that object for me, a thing. I don't know. But it doesn't look that on any animals. I search it but I cannot find that kind of animal. So maybe it's just my imagination. And what else? Let me talk about my child's memories. My child, she does. I never forget this. The thing that my child did when she was in grade one. She was studying in Georgia International Academy. They speak English there. That's the medium of teaching. So this I never forget this because the way my child described it so magical. It was just actually the fire alarm because of the smoke from the kitchen. Somebody accidentally mm, uh, put a aluminum foil in the microwave. So I think it's the teacher's lounge. So it triggers the fire alarm and the water sprinkled. So the way my daughter described it is so it's so amazing. I remember her. These are not actual words, but some part of the words she told me the stories. She said that in the kitchen, teacher's lounge, you know, there was a fire, and because of the fire, the water came out from a sprinkler, and I saw it, and it's like a small drop of rain come down. And the way she told the story is that make me curious what really happened. So I investigate, and that's what happened. That it's not actually a fire; it's just a smoke coming out from the aluminum foil that the teacher accidentally cooked in the microwave. But she also put it off when she saw the smokes coming out from the microwave. But because of the smoke, it triggers the fire alarm, and thus the water from the sprinkle came out. So, but the way to my daughter described it's so magical that memory I never forget how she told. It's so it's so really imaginative. Then another memories that I cannot forget. I mean not mine, my daughter's that did. She knows you some this I never forget that how she sleep with me during nighttime. And then one day, I think she's 6 or 7 years old. I don't know. She just told me that uh, she wants her own room. I was so surprised. Why she asked me that? So I said, okay, I'll prepare a room, and from now on, this is your room. So there we have a spare room. So I prepared for it, and I put I at that night time, the same day that she told me, I make her sleep in the room, and I was waiting for her to come back in my room and told tell me that she's afraid in the dark, but she wasn't. She slept all the night through it, and I just was waiting for her to come to my room, tell me made excuses to sleep beside me, but she never did. I was really impressed at that young age. My daughter didn't even all night from that night that on she sleep in her own room, and they never came to sleep with me or tell me that she's afraid of the dark or anything. It was brave of her. I was really impressed because she was so independent, and I realized I'm the one clinging to her. I want her to stay with me, but that time she never did. So I was so happy that she became independent by her own. So when my friends keep telling me that I never motivate my child to be to achieve more, like academic achievement, but I realized that my child has other qualities beside academics. I learned from her childhood. I forced her to read. It won't work. It only hinders and makes our relationship more stiff and not a happy memories for her and me. So that's why I stopped. They call it motivation, but I call it forcing your will to your child. So I stopped doing that. So in return, I have a good relationship with my daughter, and at the same time, she do independent things that I don't want to compare to other children, but it's very impressive. And I have another memories that one mother told me. I almost cried with happiness because at her age, I think she was 3 years old. One mother told me that my child has can empathize and sympathize at that age. It's a matured emotion. She comforted that another child, and that because of this child she was crying, somebody took her. They were playing, and then somebody took her basketball ball. So when she saw it, she comforted the child because the person who took the ball is her brother. So that the little girl, same age as her, just kept crying, and she cannot do anything. Her brother bully her. So my daughter kind of came near to her and told her, Don't cry. Let your brother borrow your bowl." And then she comforted her and talked to her. Mm. So one mother saw it, and then maybe she was so impressed by the way my daughter comforted a child, same age as her. So when she told me, I was so happy. I realized that I am growing a good person. So the another memories that I have with my child is that she never get addicted to uh, video games or cartoons and TV, television. You know, when you put a kid, if you allow the child to watch cartoons, like a Cartoon Networks, they just keep watching it. I have seen so many kids being entertained by a cartoon or a video games or a cartoon that video games or cartoons in the television. They just keep watching it if you allow them. But my daughter is different. She will just watch her favorite cartoons, and then when it's finished, she will go out in the garden, pick up some stones or play with the leaves. She 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 never get addicted to cartoons. And then or she will draw, get her color pencil or pen, and she will draw. So she will do different activities. She will never stick watching cartoons or playing video games. That's why we bought her tablet to play educational games because she never get addicted to any games. She likes to do different things. Not on that doesn't She doesn't get addicted to any TV cartoon shows. I realized that maybe my child was gifted in a way. They said that's a sign of being gifted. And also, I'll never forget that she can answer logical, abstract. She was in her kindergarten. I enrolled her in Montessori. So they have this book that she can just keep answering it. And I asked the teacher about it, and she said this book is good for the IQ. She can identify the difference in the pattern and so many stuff. As long as there is no letters in it, she will. She's really. She's. I think because I force her to read, so that's why she doesn't like reading. But if it's just patterns and numbers, she can do as much as 10 to 20 pages in a day. So and the answer is correct also. I i i was so impressed when when she just do this logic in the abstract book that she had. Then another memories that I can never forget is when she uh, and, when my friends were talking about houses, and then she said that big houses, because my friends live in the big houses. So she told that I'm happy that our house is not big because it will be hard for my mother to clean it if it's too big. I was like, oh, I was like in even my friends was in awe at the time when she heard her talk like that. And then there's another incident where we went to Bacolod. So after attending the anniversary, so we visited some tourist spot, and my daughter, the kids, they went on swimming, and they told and they asked her if she wants to go swimming. And she said, I have to ask my mother first if she agrees or not. Then they told me that, oh, your daughter, really doesn't decide to go swim unless you have your permission. So I was so happy the way she answered them. And sometimes they ask her question, and they're the one who told me. I didn't even know that is the first when I they told me that she answer question like she's answering a Miss Universe question. She answers like Miss Universe. I said, "Oh, really?" They were the one that told me, and I was happy when they told me that. Means that my daughter can answer questions that needs practical answer in a way. So this memories from my child that the way my child behaves with other people. Although she's not really achiever in academics, but the way people told me about her, it is really I don't really tell about my child's achievement because there's nothing to tell. Only when she get 100% in chemistry and some mathematics. But the rest, it never brings a perfect score. She rarely get 90s in her exam. Most of the time, she just barely pass or she can pass nicely, but never gets a perfect score. So I don't really put so much stress on her academic achievement. But when I heard people praise her, I was so proud in my heart because I never praised her. When parents talk about their kids, about the achievement, I just keep quiet because she is not an academically achiever. So the way they told how she achieves things, because of her good behavior, I'm happy because I never talk about her much to my friends or boasting. I never boast about her achievements because there's not so much academic achievements. I just hear them praise her and I'm happy with it. It's like for me, I feel that I done a good job as a parent when other parents praise my child good behavior. Maybe for them they don't stress so much about it, but for me, hearing from other people talking about her good behavior, I'm so happy. It means that I did a good job uh, growing her. So that's why when I feel sad when people say something bad about other kids, because it means that did a good job growing your kid. If a parent praise another kid because of a good behavior, we should be happy and we should be proud of it actually, because it means that we did a good job growing our kids. If a parent never praise your child for their good behavior, then it's time for you to get worried because it means you did a good job as a parent. So maybe some other parents they don't think the way that way, but come, you have to maybe it's just me, but really if my other parents or other people that surrounded in your community like church or playground or social gatherings, and then instead of praising your kid, parents complaining about your kids, you need to be bothered and worried because it means that you didn't did a good job about it. And you shouldn't. I don't know if you feel proud that the kids are rude or a burden to other people. And anyway, as for me, if other people tell me that my kids are burden or rude or disrespectful, I will be sad because it means that I didn't do a good job with my discipline. So my only happiness when other parents praise my daughter. it's not because they praise her because of their praise. It's because I did my job as a mother. So when they talk about kids' achievement, I cannot say good things to add, like babysitting other kids or pacifying other kids when they misbehave. I'm sorry. Let me drink some water. I forgot to drink water. I just wake up. And my daughter, she can take care of other kids, and she can when they have bad temper or fighting or arguing, she can sometimes go in between and act like like a moderator. So that for me. That's very impressive at a young age. Uh, uh, she can do that, but nobody in my circle, they never think that that is a very impressive. But for me, I'm it's I put values in behavior. So when other people praise my daughter for being good, I am very happy. So there's another other memories that I can that really implants on my mind what my daughter. So the neighbor will always tell me that my daughter doesn't fight with other kids. Oh, that's another thing. She never fights with another kids. I I uh I I never experienced that she beat other kids or pinched them or even scold them badly or fight with words. Yeah, she can argue with them, but not really in a forceful manner. I know no one or as she grow up until now, nobody complains. No parent complains to me that my daughter fights with their kid. I I cannot remember any any neighbor's parent or kid complaining about my daughter fighting with them or beating them or bullying them. It was really for me. I did a good job as a mother because my kid was not a burden. I remember there's another memory. There was a kid though. Every time he saw my daughter. I mean, he's a boy. He will come to her and either pinch her or try to beat her. And so I told my daughter to stay away from him. It's not because he's a bad kid, but because he cannot talk. He expressed his emotion through uh, through physical. Finally, his mother sent him for therapy. So now as he grew up, he became good. I mean, he can express his emotional through words. So for those parents who have having problem about to avoid this kind of problem, I mean, what I did is that when you saw your kid get frustrated because they cannot say what they want, they cannot express their emotion through words, we have to teach them. uh, it's our responsibility to teach them, like what I did to my daughter. I don't stop her from crying. So I told her, if you are sad and you're frustrated, you can cry. And then if you feel like um, your stomach, you're something pain in your stomach, that you're hungry, you have to tell me. Don't hide it. If you are angry, then you have to tell me. I will not get offended if you're angry with me. Just tell me you're angry. So I teach her to express her emotion. I don't suppress her when she cries, when she's angry. I don't suppress her emotion at all. I tell her to express it in a positive way that it will not harm her or harm me. So that's why and then I told her, don't, when you cry, don't cry silently, and then when you're in pain or sick, you have to tell me, so I will know what you're feeling. Don't hide it from me. Sometimes she hide it, thinking that I will just guess that she's not feeling well. I told her, no, maybe you have to tell me, otherwise how will I know? I told her that. Also, that's another memories that I still remember, and then that is really imprinted in my mind. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end my live. Hope people learn from it, um, about my kids' experience. Yes, I just like to end in these words. As the parents, we have our responsibility to discipline our kids. We need to be consistent, and when we say it, we need to mean it. If we cannot do action for the words that like threatening, threatening is not a good not a good way of disciplining our child. But if you use it, you need to really take action with the words that you threaten your kids. If you don't follow it through, you will lose your kids' respect. So when you use threatening to make your child obey you, although it's not really advisable, you better follow it up, what you said. Otherwise, your kid will never respect you. And then then stop questioning yourself why your kids this is disrespectful. So when we discipline our kids, the key is consistency and follow it through. So let's end, and have a great day. Thank you for watching my video. Oh, forget, please, if you watched it to end, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and get notification.